Welcome to the third annual NM Delft Virtual Conference. If you are just joining us and this is your first session, please go ahead and type down and write down our HTTPS so you can sign in, and go ahead and say hi in the chat. Welcome. I will be turning it over in a minute to Monsi. I want to give you time to sign in and get credit for this. So let's see who's here today. We have 5 watching now, and right now I am going to mute. Please type any questions you have in the chat. I will be moderating your chat. This will also be a presentation that is recorded so you can watch it again. And if you're watching this live, please disregard that sign in because we won't be live and so on. So I'm going to turn it over right now to Monsi, who is going.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you very well.
Okay, perfect.
And here you go, Monsi.
Thank you so much for that introduction. So today we're going to talk about using tech tools to support social emotional learning, SEL, in the English language acquisition classroom. Again, my name is Montserrat, and thank you, Terry, for moderating this presentation. So the idea for this presentation, and I hope you can take this with you today, these are the outcomes I would like for you to take it and try to use it as soon as you can in your classroom. So today we are going to identify SEL core skills and competencies, recognize how SEL and technology can support English language instruction, and also we are going to explore and review tools and applications that I use in my classroom, and I want to share with you the outcomes, the results, and some tips, and also some comments and how it's been working with my English language learners. So before I start with the technology, it's important to just mention what is social emotional learning. And I imagine a lot of you guys are familiar with this. So in simpler words, and I have here a quote from Castle from the website where you can find the framework. And social emotional learning, SEL, is the process of learning social and emotional skills. And they are as important as math, language arts, history. They're very important, especially if we are talking about adults and children. But if we are talking about immigrants, it's very important because, as you know, the process of them moving to a new country is like starting from zero. So it's like a new person. So a lot of these skills have to be reteach and relearned in a new language. So that's what we're going to talk about today, how we can support this. Okay, I want to be myself in another language. And as you see on the right of the screen, you can see this diagram from Castle 2, where it's a diagram that shows the relationship between the core competencies of social and emotional learning and how the relationship with the classroom, the schools, the home, and communities. So the idea of these two, and in the next slide I'm going to show you, is to emphasize the 5 core competencies. So they are these ones here. And as you see, I was trying to choose the ones that are more applicable, but as you see, all of them apply to English language acquisition in the classroom. So because again, a lot of the students that we have, they come prepared and they do have this in their own language and their own culture, but there's a change when you move to a new country. So today we are going to discuss how we can enhance all these skills. So the 5 more important core competencies are self-awareness, self-management, social awareness, relationship skills, and responsible decision making. So with that said, when you go to your classroom, and please feel free to type on the chat, and Terry could share with us, what are the things that you see in your classroom a lot of the times? When I look at my classroom, these are some of the needs or issues that English language learners are facing. So for example, isolation. A lot of them don't have many friends because they move here, or they have the same community, that they are around by, and then don't have new friends, and they feel very alone and very, very lonely and isolated. Also, the lack of opportunities is because, again, they come from another country, and here is hard to find a job right away. Even when you used to be very qualified in your country, then you come here, you sometimes have to change your career, do other things, and that, of course, you see it as a lack of opportunities, and also it's very frustrating, to start from zero. Shame, they're very afraid to talk, and a lot of them come from trauma with education and other kind of trauma. It could be refugees, escaping awful situations from their country, so they are traumatized, and they also experience before positive and negative situations with traditional education, or and actually they could be they could be these bright people in their country, but they come here and English is very challenging, so they get very frustrated. We also see we have a multi-level classes with different people that speak different languages, and they have different backgrounds, so you see different diverse racial, cultural, and linguistic backgrounds. So this is just an idea. And of course, discrimination. A lot of them feel that people discriminate them because they don't speak the language. So a lot of these issues play a huge role and an impact in their social and emotional learning skills of the students. I hope you can see it, and I bet we have similar classrooms. Don't you think, Terry? We do have similar experience.
Yes, we do. I believe that we live right now in a very multicultural world, and so we are going to experience a lot of different cultures if we're teachers. So we are experiencing the same things, and I see that in my conversation classes, and I see that in a new class I just had with some African refugees. It must be hard to come to a new world, and not just the culture, but the language, and you don't want to pronounce something wrong, so you'd rather not talk. And so I just say I experience the same stuff, so I understand. And
thank you. Yeah, thank you for sharing.
I believe you have to get through that to get any work done, really, or get any learning done. They have to feel like it's safe.
Yes. And I hope today we can get some of those tools through this presentation. And please feel free to share any comments that you get on the chat, if we have some. If no, we just keep this conversation going. Thank you. So with that said, also, how technology can help. That's the point, that now we are using technology to do what? To do this, just to build this support system to enhance social emotional learning skills. So how technology can help? So help you to scaffold between levels, between content, personalization. Of course, you can provide the feedback one-on-one, so you can have more time, and also students can more time with the students, especially in large classes. It's hard to just pay attention to all the needs that the students have. In my case, in my class, they're small, so I do have that advantage that I can totally be more personalized. But with technology, this gets better. Then you can provide instant feedback, increase interaction between the groups. I like to use a lot of tools that they can talk and share and collaborate, so they can have the social learning experience, that they can learn from each other. And it's funny because they will hear their accents, and they will make mistakes together, and they laugh. And so we are trying to build that collaborative environment, and very positive. So again, they feel that this is a safe place, because it's all about that, right? Awareness, validation, and again, sharing is very important for me as a teacher, and for them to share, to show that you can do it, and to feel that they are getting to be themselves again in another language. It takes time, but they are gonna do it. So today we are gonna show you a few tools that I'm gonna show you a few tools that I use to do this. So I have a question, Terry. If you have people in the chat, please you can help me to hear their responses. So, what technology tools do you currently use in your classroom to promote SEL skills?
Okay, Motzi, we have about 6 watching now, and I will give them a minute to see if we have some answers here.
Okay, if no, please feel free to jump in, Terry.
What technology tools do you currently use in your classroom to promote SEL skills? Write your comments in the chat. Um, I have used a lot of apps that actually Motzi has taught me just recently. They've come in real handy when I didn't know what to do, when I wasn't communicating too well. And one of them is Google Translate. And I believe if you stay tuned, she's going to talk about that in another session. So let me check the chat. And we have no comments yet.
Perfect. Don't worry. We can read it at the end if they come later.
I'll check back in with you when I do.
Yeah, perfect. Let's keep going. So what are the tech tools that support SEL in the ELA classroom? So today I'm going to show you, these are the ones that I use. So today I want you to see the yellow ones because these are the ones that I use, and I'm going to show you how to use today in this presentation. But these are the ones that I use on a daily basis, and I love. One of my favorite tools because the students already love them, and we are building this technology enhanced classroom, so they are getting used to all these tools. Of course, in the beginning, wasn't easy. They were resistant and they were afraid. But Nancy, yes, in her presentation was saying that the students love Kahoot. Her students love Kahoot. My students do, and I bet any of your students also will love to play with Kahoot. So Padlet also is a great tool. Pull Everywhere, Google Slides, and it has a little star here because Google Slides I use on the computer, but also you can access it from the mobile devices. And again, that's what I put this list here because I want to show tools that you can access from mobile devices because we live in New Mexico, and as we know, some of our students don't have access to computers. So we are trying to move the learning to mobile learning and try to use more user-friendly mobile apps. So all these applications work very well on the phone. So let's start with the first one, WhatsApp. I bet many of you know already WhatsApp. This is a great tool. What is cool about WhatsApp? What is great about it is that WhatsApp, every student knows it. It's one of the largest applications, used applications in the world. I think it's number 3rd one of the most used applications now in the world. And I think Dawn shared that data with me. But the students already know it, so you don't have to teach it. You don't have to reteach it. You don't have to worry. Even for them, they get impressed that we can use their WhatsApp as a tool to learn English. So they love it. Also, they use it all the time. What I use it for, we share links, documents. We use the voice recording tool. As you can see, this is the little microphone. It helps with communication. Also, create this safe path of communication. You can create groups. I have my own group with the whole class, so I can send messages, some videos that I like. Then you can have a group with your one-on-one student. Also, it's available on mobile and also web-based. And I will show you both today, how to use both. And it's user-friendly. So as you see, in this screenshot of my phone, this is how I use basically the mobile device the mobile app of WhatsApp. So for example, the students will record their voice using the microphone here, and I will give them a prompt. So they will record an answer, and then I will give them the feedback. So as you see here, I just put a comment, and then I will give them some support to practice their pronunciation using this website that I like, that is called Forbo, and it's free. So this web has a lot of recordings of words by people. It's not a machine. So that's what I like about. You can find accents and recordings from males, females, different ages. So that's what I want my students to experience, so they can actually be able to be more empathetic with other people, also their accents, and understand other cultures. So this is one of the things that I do, and of course, it's a little time consuming. But when you have the time, it's very useful because the whole thing, You want to encourage your students to be themselves and also to talk. So of course, if you ask in your classroom, what is the skill that students need to improve the most, would be speaking. They really want to speak. So that's what I'm using WhatsApp, because this is one of the tools that will help them to practice speaking. So another example, and I'm just going to share a little bit of a recording that I got from one of my students doing this that I thought was very cool. Terry, please tell me if the sound is good. But while we were talking here, it was personality traits. And the students had to do a self-reflection of their positive and negative traits. And that was a very meaningful activity, because the students were able to share the things that they feel. So they were recognizing themselves, and also the things that they wanted to improve. So a lot of self-awareness. Coming back to the core competencies, we had self-awareness. They're practicing the whole time. So let me share this little recording. It's a voice recording, so you may have, it's a little low. So Terry, please tell me if the sound is good.
I will let you know.
Working. Sometimes I'm annoying and express themselves when angry. I think some people see me not knowing English and therefore do not behave very well, but I'm not offended. This is the motivation for me to study English.
I don't know if that you guys could catch that. We have some issues with the sound sometimes. Did you hear something, Terry?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Actually, that wasn't so bad, Monty. It was a little low, but we could hear it.
Okay, great. Thank you. I just want to make sure. So the point of this is that the students were very open about their feelings, and that was a great example of how to reinforce social and emotional learning skills, because they were learning about themselves, trying to learn new vocabulary, and also try to put it in context. And then you have this powerful recording that can bring you to tears, because it's so meaningful and so important that the students are sharing that with you. The other part is WhatsApp web. And that's the part that I wanted to show you, because a lot of you may have WhatsApp and maybe you don't know that you can use it, or you can use it on your computer. And when you have a class and you want to share information, this is a great tool, because you are on your computer. So it's so much easier to share links and provide feedback using this feature of WhatsApp. So what do you need to access it? You need a laptop or desktop computer, and you need to download the QR app on your phone. And as you see, if you go to the right on the screen, you can see this is how my WhatsApp looks. It's a screenshot of my phone. You're gonna click here, WhatsApp web desktop. Then you're gonna click, and you're going to choose the option scan QR code, and this window is gonna open. So as you see, you're gonna have this on your phone like that, ready. And then you're gonna go on your computer to web.whatsapp.com, and this is what's gonna happen. So I'm gonna move my screen. We're gonna open another tab. And this is how it looks. Loading, but actually I want to show you exactly, because I'm going to show you. Oh, let me see here what I did. Terry, are you there? Did I lose you? Oh, I lose the presentation. I'm sorry about that. Okay,
yes,
sorry.
I'm here.
Okay, I'm sorry. I just lost the presentation. I'm sorry about that. Get a little confused.
We will get back on her screen in 1 second.
Yeah.
In the meantime, I do have a question.
Yeah, please.
Martina, I think it's Nayeli Martinez.
Yes.
Asked, how long have you used the WhatsApp app?
Oh, I've been using since I started teaching 2 years ago.
So it's not a really new app then,
It's not. I'm sorry about that. Now I'm back. Yes, thank you for that question. Let me go back. And I wanted to show you, I don't know, I was trying to do an incognito, so I really want to show you. that. Perfect.
Technology happens, you know.
Yeah. Things that happen.
You never know. But I did want to add a comment because we were talking about accessing programs and on the phone. Part of a really good online program has to be designed to create community and allow students to collaborate. So having that WhatsApp app, and the other one is a great way to create community. And without community, it kind of is not a very good online program then, because they need to connect to other students, they need to connect to their teacher, and so on. So we are back.
Yeah, we are back. And yes, sorry about that. And now I'm gonna show you how to use. And I just wanted to show you very quick how that look on the. Okay, so now we are back. Let me copy that. Sorry about that. Let me. Here is for some reason also the internet is very slow. But okay, let's go back to the incognito. We're gonna put whatsapp.com, and this is how it's gonna look on your computer. So then you're gonna have that screenshot of the QR code on your phone, and then you're gonna get this together, and this is how the magic happened. And then you're gonna have WhatsApp on your screen. And this is gonna be, I promise you, so helpful for you to use with your classroom, especially like I mentioned, to provide feedback, to share pictures. And I can't show you mine right now because I do have a lot of names for students and personal things, but I want you to try it. And if you have any questions, please reach out. I will be glad to show you step by step. And I'm sorry about the screen confusion. So I'm back to the presentation. There we go. And I just moved that, but it's all good. So again, this is going to be recording so you can watch it. And if no, you can come back and I will help you out. So that's how you can use WhatsApp Web. The next application I want to show you is called Flipgrid. I'm not sure if you guys have heard about Flipgrid, and I would love to know, because maybe already some of you use it. I'm very new. I started using this application maybe 2 weeks ago and with my class last week, and I'm very pleased with it. So what is Flipgrid? And I copy that on the right. You can see this quote. Flipgrid is a social learning platform that allows educators to ask a question, then students respond in a video. The students are then able to respond to one another, creating a web discussion. So what is the difference between WhatsApp and Flipgrid? That the students now they have to face one of the biggest fears, which is seeing themselves talking on a camera. As you know, and I will repeat the statement that I just said, is if you ask them what is the skill that they want to achieve or they want to improve, is speaking. And why they are so afraid to speaking is because they can't see themselves talking in another language. It's embarrassing, it's uncomfortable. And Flipgrid, this is gonna, in my opinion and in my experience, this brief experience, is helping them to face that fear. So why do we love it? Because it promotes collaboration and interaction, what Terry was saying, creating this environment of collaboration. Also creates social learning experiences. And this is very important, especially in the adult education field, to create community, because the adults already bring so much to the table. Critical thinking skills, because you can share assignments. Think about this as a Google Classroom assignment. And instead of for them to type, they have to respond on a video in a very short amount of time, just to respond and create a question and try to be eloquent and try to be funny. It's very hard, but actually they are practicing all those skills that they need to improve, and also they want to improve. They want to get them better, and practice real English and communication skills. And the other thing, coming back to the core competencies, they get this social awareness and self-awareness component about their classroom, how the other classmates are doing, and also they compare themselves. Oh, if this classmate is a little older than me and they can do it, I totally can do that. And the other thing that I love about it is that it's free and it works on any device. And that's something that we were talking. We need to start using more mobile learning. So now I will show you, and I hope this goes better because just before I didn't do a good job. So this is Flipgrid, and I will show you how to access. So for access, first, the website is flipgrid.com, and you have to sign up here. I already have my account. So if you click here, you're going to go and create one for teachers because you want to have all the features that come with the teacher account. But I already have mine, so I'm just going to log in. And this is how it looks. This is how the platform looks. And this is my grid. What is a grid? It's actually a channel. A channel is your own channel with, and you're gonna be able, because this is the free version, you just are able to have one grid. But you don't worry about it because a grid can have a lot of topics. So let me show you. This is my flip code. This is I use it at school, so this is my unique just for my class code. This is the name of my grid. So I'm gonna click here and I'm gonna show you what I have. So at the moment, well, this is the picture. I customize that. You can add co-teachers. Then you can add different topics. So in the beginning, because I have new students, I did introductions. And I'm going to show you the assignment. So they had to introduce themselves in 90 seconds, where they are from, why they want to learn English, and something that make you smile. So that was, and gave them 90 seconds to do that. So of course, we spent like an hour trying to get it working because it's an investment. So it's not easy, but then we had a lot of fun. I got four videos. Just now I have 10 students a day, but some of them took a little while to get them used to, and then didn't work in the computer in their phones. So we have to figure it out. But these 4 answers were very exciting because the students were able to respond and they were laughing, and it was great. And they are able to see the videos of their other classmates. The other one, another topic that I created is the importance of your name. And again, it's critical thinking skills. I want for them to have this self-awareness component about themselves in a new country, what they think, this is good or bad. And I just want to create this learning environment. So again, Flipgrid is free. You can this is how the teacher view looks, right? This is when you have the control. And then the students, I'm going to, let me see if I can come back. So I'm going to be here and then be as a student. So this is how what the student's going to see on a computer on their phones. So they can see all the assignments and they will see the answers down there. So they're going to have different faces and different videos to review each classmate answer. And you can give them, inside of the application, you also can give them feedback, which is very similar to what I do with WhatsApp. So yeah, this is Flipgrid. Again, I'm not as experienced yet, but I love it. And students are having fun with it. So I hope you try it out. And if you have any questions, just again, please ask now, or actually, if you use it, we can totally, I would love to hear your comments. Yes?
Actually, I have found a question asked by Ms. Martinez again, and she said, it's about the WhatsApp app. She is wondering what kind of cons you've experienced, and she put that in quote, cons. And what were your solutions, even if they were just minor cons? And I think what she's talking about is tech failures. And have there been any drawbacks to using it? Or
no, at all. Actually, this WhatsApp, and that's what I wanted to share with you. And thank you for watching this webinar, is that this is the only application that I've been using. And believe me, I try. My poor students are my experiment, right? I'm trying always new things. WhatsApp is the only application that doesn't have any time, no problems. It's always easy to use. It's like the students are so used to, familiarized with it. If you go to your classroom and you ask if the students have WhatsApp, they're gonna say yes. Like everybody has it. They are so familiarized with it, so no issues. I will say maybe if we think really in detail, could be if you don't have connection to internet, you need to have internet. And maybe if the student, and Terry, like you were saying, if they have a flip phone, that would be also a complication because they need a smartphone to have the application.
Yes, I think you stumbled on a really important point, both for instructors and for students. that the fear of something going wrong when it comes to technology, yes, something might go wrong, but you can't let that stop you from trying over and over again. And I think it's what keeps people resistant to technology, some instructors. So don't be afraid to make a mistake. We all make mistakes, and technology is epic failures are going to happen. You just figure out ways to get through it, and you have plan Bs. And so these are simple things, I think, that you wouldn't have to worry too much about any cons happening. And if they do, they're pretty simplistic. And you can get
It's so true. Thank you for that, Terry. And again, WhatsApp is pretty reliable. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. I will be glad to walk you through, because I totally use WhatsApp all day, every day with my students, like every class.
Thank you very much for answering that question.
Yes, let's go back. So
I'll check in with you later, I guess.
yeah, and actually, I had a question prepared for this. And if after I show you Flipgrid, and again, I would love to show you all the videos that I got, but again, there are some regulations that we cannot show. Sometimes names and faces, that's for FERPA regulations. But as you see, Flipgrid, it will capture videos, no voices, right? And the students will be able to see it. So I'm wondering, how will you use Flipgrid in your class? And if you have any comments or ideas, I would love to hear from you.
Can you hear me, Monty?
Yes.
We're going to wait a couple of minutes. We have for the comments or to come through, or the answers to your question. Actually, Ms. Martinez, thank you for coming. She said she loves the idea of Flipgrid. How would I use it in the classroom? Flipgrid. I think the 90-second video is really cool because it's just enough time. I think sometimes people go on and on about things where if you just have the 90 seconds, you just get the most important highlights.
Yeah, and also, sorry to interrupt that, Terry, because something that I didn't show and I wanted to show, but for next time, is that you can set the time to 15 seconds. So you can start way low and then increase the time, because of course it's going to depend on the level that you have in your classroom.
Ms. Martinez says, I think this would be a great idea for very low literacy students too, not just ESL.
Yes, actually, yes. Well, thank you for that. And I think for a matter of time, I'm just going to keep moving. And if we have more questions, we can review it at the end of the presentation. Okay?
Okay.
Thank you. So with that, I just show you two applications of the tools that I've been using. But I wanted to mention these two ones that these are actually examples. So I use Pool Everywhere here. Also, every week or maybe every other week to just assess social emotional learning skills in a way, how to read the class, to encourage people to participate, to make sure the students are feeling that they are accomplishing things, reinforce learning, and also to have fun. That's part of the learning process. So the first one, just to assess the class, I use this from Pool Everywhere. How are you feeling today? And the students will respond. So this helps me a lot, because it helps me to read the classroom. And what activities do I need to do? Do I need to take a break? Do I need to do some fun activities? Do I need to do speaking? Or maybe students are feeling low and they need to do more writing individually. So this is going to help me to set the tone in my class. And the second one here on the corner, you can see this is also an activity from Pool Everywhere. These are the word cloud. We were talking about personality traits in the workplace, and I asked them, which are the most important personality traits in the workplace? Or what are, right? Like I told them to respond to. And what it was great about, as you see, and this is how the word cloud works, right? They give you the most important words. So as a class, the most important ones were being honest, hardworking, and polite. And of course, you can tell this is an English language class, right? Everybody, for them, is so important to do these kind of things. And they were very happy and very pleased to see the results. And actually, they came up with this cloud. They felt very good about it. And we talked after we had a really meaningful conversation. And the other one that I wanted to show you is, for the first time, I started using Google Slide portfolios. And each students, of course, I have a multi-level class. So some students will write a few words, more pictures. Other students will write more and few pictures. I let them up to them. What's the point of this is that I was looking for an activity that we can practice all the English tenses, and also that they could be able to express themselves and put the things that are important, and also have a little bit of a diary or journal. So we came up with this, and it's way extensive. And of course, the students are not presenting this yet because a lot of them get very, very personal. But for me as a teacher, helped me a lot to understand what they need and how can I help them better. So these are two examples of tools that I recommend to use, and these two work very well in my classroom. Thank you for being here today with me. And I would like to just finish this presentation by saying that these activities not only support the SEL skills of the students, they also help us as instructors, because that give us so much awareness about our class, our students, and how to teach and support better our students. And of course, I totally understand if you are teaching immigrants already, you do have developed a lot of social and emotional learning skills, and people like me are very grateful for that, because without teachers like you, we couldn't be here doing this, talking and sharing and being ourselves in another language. So technology can be the tool that bridges the gap between English language learners and a new culture. These tools can help adults to gain self-confidence, be themselves, social skills, and improve their communication with this new world and this new environment. So I hope you enjoy the presentation. Thank you for your comments. And if you're watching this later, please feel free also to contact me if you have questions. And I would like to invite you to join our workplace ELA group. We have a group with my coworker Dawn. We're trying to create this opportunity to connect with other teachers and share these tools and hear from you and see what you need in terms of technology and English language acquisition. So please, if you want to be part of this group, just send us an email.
We have about 2 minutes left. I have a couple comments in the chat here.
Great.
Okay, so Ms. Martinez says, what would she use Flipgrid for? She would use it for teaching simple ideas like shapes and reading English from left to right, top to bottom, alphabet, and things like that. And Mariah says the students know that they omit words, but they can't really catch it all the time when they're talking. So she thinks it's a good idea to have them evaluate themselves without the fear of a teacher correcting them with the app that you were talking about, the Flipgrid. And I thought they were really worth shouting out, those ideas, because simple and easy to use, and just like the app is easy to use.
Yes, it's very easy to use. And I mean, I wish I could share the videos, because I was watching yesterday at night when I was preparing the presentation. I was laughing so hard because they were laughing at themselves, and you can see how they are looking the camera and trying not to look. And this is so scary. I know, and you know that, and you want to protect them, right? But you can't, because when you go to you are in a new country, you need to fear. You need to, you don't need to fear that. This is the fear of doing that is what keeps you without speaking. So this is the thing that you want to teach them and practice with them.
Yes, and even at the NMDL team, we don't know. We're still learning. We're constantly learning. So as far as being able to share our videos and things, I'm sure we'll find a way to do that in the future, because technology is just rapidly advancing, and they'll come up with something where we can blurb names and things, and we won't have to worry about anybody's privacy. So thank you very much, Monse. You have anything else you'd like to add?
Yes, just to finish, please, we have a lot to show today for the virtual conference. Dawn is coming after me with a great presentation about TESOL, and then I will be later showing you some Google Apps, extensions, and add-ons. And then the other thing I would like to say, we are the NMDL team. So this is how you can find us. Go on our website. This will be recorded, and you can access it later. And if you have any questions, again, you can get help from any of my talented coworkers. They are all awesome, and they know a lot of things about technology teaching. So please reach. And this is our social media. So please find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We have a great blog and our website. And thank you, Terry, for moderating this.
You are welcome.
Session.
Stay tuned for the ELA track. It Rocks. Dot is coming up next. And then stay tuned for Monsi's too. That's coming up a little later. So we are going to end this for now. And thank you for joining us. And we'll see you later.